What do you see or feel in this space?
When I first came to my point of view, I was looking at myself like I was looking at my arms and what I was wearing. I'm wearing a dress that has flowers on it. And I came through, and I had to cut through a lot of dark, cloudy, there was vines and darkness and screaming. And I came through to the other side of it. And it was almost like going through where I blocked it out. I could go through
Mhm.
it that time. It was the most surreal.
Mhm.
But when I came out, I was in a field of grass, not like an open, wild field. It's a manicured field and it's a
Okay.
sunny day. But then I also feel like I'm looking at flowers. There's really not a lot. It's very fragmented still.
Okay. So when you're standing in the field, how old does it feel like you are?
I feel younger. Like
Like a child or a young adult?
I feel
Mhm.
like I'm 12, not quite yet reached puberty, but I do feel young.
Can you feel what you are doing in this field?
There's something going on with people, but I'm looking at flowers.
Mhm.
Is it a
Mhm.
there's a carnival or a lot of people congregating and having fun, and I'm off looking at the flowers.
And are you
And
by yourself looking at the flowers?
at that moment, yes, but I have family nearby me. I keep being drawn to a male figure. My dad is playing with somebody laughing, and he keeps looking at me, and I'll look at him, but it's almost like he's looking at, watching us. There's a
Mhm.
mother figure, but she's not paying attention to me. She's laughing with her friends,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
everybody's happy. And
Okay.
I'm like talking to the flowers. I'm like touching them and talking to them and imagining them talking back to me.
You said you're wearing a dress with flowers on.
Yeah, it's like a white dress, but it has flowers, a flower print to it. Or maybe it's the flowers I'm talking to. I don't see flowers on my dress anymore. I'm just wearing a skirt.
Hmm. Are you wearing any shoes?
Yes, they look like Oxfords, the style.
Hmm.
And my
So,
mom looks like she's wearing red lipstick. I keep being drawn to her. She's so beautiful. She's wearing red lipstick and she keeps cocking her head back, smiling and laughing. And she's
mhm.
wearing sunglasses that are very attention grabbing. And she looks like a pinup girl, but not sexualized. It's like she's just very beautiful and she just has this energy around her. I'm being drawn to that. I don't feel like we have much of a connection in this lifetime. The
Okay.
one I'm seeing, I don't feel, I know she cares about me, but she's very into her friends and she's
Mhm.
very into her life.
How does that make you feel?
I kind of wish she would talk to me the way she talks to her friends
Hmm.
because I feel like she doesn't want me around. I feel like like I'm cramping her style, so to speak. But I
Hmm.
know when she does interact with me, I enjoy it. She's very nice to me when she does. And she doesn't do it out of malice either. She just doesn't know any better. She's just self-absorbed. But she does love the kid. She loves her children and she loves her family and all that, but she just really loves having fun. She doesn't pay attention to me much. I feel like I get into accidents a little bit. I feel like there's things that happen to me that wouldn't have happened to me if she would be paying attention to me. Like my
Hmm.
father gets really irritable with her about it. He doesn't like it. He's always like, "Will you pay attention? What are you doing?"
And that's why he's kind of keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, he's playing with my brother or somebody, a boy. I don't know that he's my brother. Maybe he's somebody else's kid. But he's playing with somebody, but he keeps watching me because he knows she's not.
Right. Is there anything else in this particular day or in this situation that stands out to you?
No, I was just seeing who my parents were.
So let's move forward and see what your home looks like in this incarnation. What do you see?
I first saw a white house, but then I saw a pink. So it's a cute house. It's small, it's modest, but it's everything that nobody really trying to have it all kind of thing. It's a modest life for my parents. My dad's really happy and he's very kind. I can see him in the house and he's like smiling. He enjoys his life in the house. The
Good.
decor is like bright, it's happy, it's colorful. My mom is a very bright, happy person, and she really brings that vibe to the house. She's very eclectic. I'm trying to see if there's more children around, but I just see myself. There's somebody else there, but I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl.
Would
A
it be the
girl.
boy from earlier, or you think it might be someone else?
No, because that boy was older than me.
Mm,
That boy was a cousin, I'm being told. He was my cousin. Like in
mm,
that life, my cousin.
mm,
I don't know, because every time I try to say that there's a little girl playing it, that she disappears. So I don't know what that means. But yeah, my house is small. It's bright though. There's a lot of windows, there's a lot of light, and there's a lot of color. It's very happy. I feel happy growing up there. The only complaint I have as a child is I just wish my mom would interact with me a little more.
mm, mm.
Because I love her. She's so much fun. And I'm just bored. I just want to be with her and hang out with her. I want to be just like her.
And do you feel like you end up being like her in this lifetime? Do you strive to have her similar qualities?
I feel like I embody things about her.
Does it you have running water and power and all that in this house?
Yes, it's a modern time frame. I just am kind of frustrated with it always being the same as every life that I try to
Mm-hmm.
see into. It's not, it's definitely last century. It's like I feel like I'm in the 60s.
Mm-hmm. Can you feel like where you might be if you think of the city or the town you live in? Does anything come to mind?
Florida, like
Okay.
total Florida.
All right.
It's really
Perfect.
bright and sunshine and yeah.
Okay. So let's move to what your job was or what you spend most of your time doing in this lifetime.
I see myself dressed in clothes like I'm going to a studio to dance. I see ballet. I really enjoy it a lot, moving my body.
Beautiful. And so are
Um,
you like a professional like ballet performer?
no, I was as a teenager. I did it a lot as a teenager. Because what I still feel is I feel my mom's there. I feel like that's how I get her attention. She never misses any of it. She's really
Yeah, she
proud.
approves of the ballet life.
Yeah, because she's a really feminine woman herself, and she was always very supportive of the things I did that made me feminine. I don't know why I keep being pulled to try to figure out siblings. I think I longed for a sibling. I was
Mm,
really lonely and I wanted a sibling, I think, because I just keep like trying to find a sibling in this scene and there's nothing. And so I think it's just my heart longed for companionship or a sibling companion, you know.
hmm So as an adult, do you still like do you teach ballet or what do you do as an adult for most of your time?
I don't feel anything that I am enjoying. It's not, I feel like I'm not allowed to do what I want to do,
Mm.
but I
Can
can't
you
see.
feel what you want to do?
I do long for the artistic expression. I do miss dance. I see myself imagine like daydreaming dancing and my body moving, but I see there's like tears and I see bruises on my arms and I'm pulling my sleeves down. I kind of feel ashamed. It's why I stopped dancing.
So at this point, when you start dancing, are you in a relationship with anyone? Are you married or have your own family?
I have somebody in my life. We are yeah, we are married
Are they hurting you? Is this why you have the bruises?
because
Do
he's
they kind of
shaped.
make you stop dancing?
Yeah, because of the interrogation when I do, and because people are starting to notice my color has gone, my skin is bruising more, my eyes have circles. People are noticing a change in me. And so I pull back because I was paranoid of them.
Hmm
In my brain, I'm not being told the truth. So in my brain, I'm feeling like these people are the ones that are trying to hurt me
hmm Is that like
or
a manipulation that your partner is telling you?
yeah, he's made my brain so upside down that I really don't know the truth about anything. And I don't see myself the way I really look. I see a person in the mirror, but it's like a camera's going around this mirror, and it's like I'm shown what I really look like and what I think I look like. And they're
Mm,
two vastly different people. And one of them is small, like really small and little and like skinny and like wasted away. And the other one is just divine and beautiful and colorful and everything. It's like the soul versus what I feel like on the outside. Um, I feel isolated from everything. There's like a whirlwind around me, but it's keeping me from everything. It keeps everything at a distance. Nobody knows how to penetrate it to get to me, and I don't know where and who I can trust.
mm-hmm.
And so I'm just kind of aimlessly going along. I can't even really see the person who's responsible for this. I feel like yeah, it's my lover and we are married. We weren't always like that. We had fights here and there, but we did have fun. That's why I married him. But I can't see much right now. There's something that happened that made everything change
Okay.
and kind of set everything on its course because there's a chain reaction of something. I'm being shown something's being untied and then something falls and it just keeps going and going and going and gaining momentum and mass as it goes. My dad died. He protected me. My partner was afraid of him. My dad didn't like him, but he supported my relationship because I was happy. But he suspected stuff. He saw stuff that he didn't like and he died. Yeah. I
Mm,
want to say he kind of knew he was going to die because there was a feeling I got where he knew that he was going about to leave me and it scared him and because he couldn't protect me anymore. And there
mm.
wasn't really a whole lot of family that could protect me, but he
Nice.
felt very strongly like I was trapped in something and he was scared for me.
And he was right because after he passed, the abuse started.
Yeah, it started small. I want to say the abuse even surprised my husband. It surprised him what he's capable of. He always had issues with his anger in his life. He abused his little brother, and his little brother doesn't really like him all that much. I mean, they're brothers, but I'm being told that I'll be brought back to him later in the story. There's something about the brother, but I gotta unpack this first. There was alcohol. He came home one day and I can see myself cleaning my kitchen,
Mm,
but right now it's bright and sunny still, but I'm cleaning and he came home and wanted to have sex and was like taken off guard and I was like, "No, I'm busy." And he grabs me and I kind of push him and he's being more forceful about it and he smacks me and it kind of surprised us both and I shoved him again and I walked away and I see him grabbing me and throwing me over the table and saying like I'm your husband, like he's very like forceful, like you like this I'm allowed to do whatever I want with your body kind of thing. He's very offended that I would even say no because he feels like he's allowed to because he's my husband. I don't feel like he raped me, but I feel like he was very forceful and I was able to push him and get away. I find myself in a bathroom, but
mm,
he's distracted by something in this situation. There's really nothing after that. I don't see anything after that. But
mm.
that really was shocking. And I don't come out of the bathroom for hours and hours. I feel like it's nighttime and he's passed out on the bed and I come out of the bathroom and he's snoring. Um, I just get into bed next to him and go to sleep.
Does that feel like it was the first major time that was like started a domino effect?
I feel like he's apologetic and it doesn't happen for a little while. I
Mm,
mean, we have our fights. The fighting is normal, and that's not
mm-hmm.
scary to me. It's normal. I yell, he yells. But when it happened again, he was drinking. It's always when he's drinking. Because at first, the reason it goes so long in between is because he's not a drunk or an alcoholic. He just gets a little too out of sorts with the boys and comes home and wants his way with his woman. If I would just give it up, then everything would be fine. Why do I have to fight him on it? Just give it
That's
up.
that's his perspective.
Yeah, you're just making this harder on yourself. The more, because I'm seeing a calendar and it's dark where there's incidents and it's getting to be more frequent. And I feel like he drinks because he feels shame and guilt, but it's spurring it on even more. So it's like a vicious cycle. He's drinking because he feels bad, but he also just has to work out his own shit with people or his own shit that he has in his head with other people. He doesn't have the courage to in everyday life. I'm so small that he thinks he could just overpower me and it's just an easy target.
All right, so let's visit some key important days in this lifetime to see if we can understand a little bit more of the dynamic here. And tell me what you see.
My daughter, I'm walking with her and she starts walking. She does a little twirl and I'm like, "Oh, she's a dancer." I'm very proud of her.
How old is she?
She's little. She's like two,
Mm.
1 or 2. And she brings a lot of light. I'm very protective of her.
Has the abuse already started at this point?
Yes. The abuse happened without children in the home, is what I know.
Mm.
I don't see children in the home when it starts. I feel like some of the children are products of rape, if not all of them. He's completely unaware. He doesn't realize what he's doing to me because he's blacked out drunk. Sometimes he remembers. There's times he goes after the children and I don't let him. I see a time of me on the floor and I'm sleeping. I'm assuming I got knocked unconscious. There's a lamp that's fallen over
Mm.
and the girls are screaming.
How many children do you have in this situation?
I can see 2 girls. I'm trying to scan for a boy energy and I don't feel anything. I just feel 2 girls.
So let's move to a different important day that will help you gain more understanding about this incarnation we are watching and tell me what you see.
I see myself way before that. It's just things that happened. It's the things that are important to me happened to me before him. It was my dancing and my children, but I don't have any important days with him in my life because my life ended with him.
Mhm.
So I don't really have anything to look forward to
Mhm.
or anything like that because everything just kept getting worse. I don't feel like I was alive that long for their life, my children.
Do you want to explore the role of the brother, or do you want to jump to the final day of this lifetime?
Yes, I would, because I was shown he tried to help me. He
Mhm.
tried to help me get out. I tried to get out, and my husband found me, and that's when he killed me. But I got
Mhm.
away, and he tried to help me. I feel like he didn't survive either. I don't, it was tragic. It was everybody was afraid of him because he was just so violent. I see
Mhm.
him punching. Yeah, he just basically, yeah, he murdered his brother for helping and me for running. I don't know what
Mhm.
happened to the girls. I see one of them, she grew up and had, yeah, she grew up and had problems. I don't know what happened to the little one. Yeah, I don't know. I
Were the children present whenever you were killed?
They were in the house, but they were not there. They didn't see it. No, I wasn't in my home. Well, I keep being shown me laying on the floor. There's furniture everywhere. There's a lamp knocked over, and the girls are crying, and he's coming towards them. But that's all I can see. I don't see the brother, and I don't feel like I'm dead. I just feel like asleep.
Okay. So would this possibly just, this sounds like the same scene as earlier, or is this a different
It's the
situation that,
same. Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
same scene as earlier. I don't know why I can't move on from it. There's something in it. I don't know. I feel like there's somebody in the shadows watching. There's eyes in the shadow. That's all I'm
Mm.
being drawn to. I don't know who it is.
Does it feel like an energy or a person?
Feels like a person. They're sitting with their hand resting on their face, like their finger is up by their cheekbone and their thumb is down their chin, and their other fingers are curled over their mouth, like he's sitting observing what's happening.
But you can't feel the connection, who this person might be.
I feel like it's my husband. like an outer body experience.
Mm,
He's observing himself doing it. I don't know why. It's not frightening to him. It's not an off-putting to him. He's not excited either. He's just watching.
interesting.
It bothers me though, like big time, that he's just observing it. He's not stopping himself. He's not trying to control anything. It's like he's just doing it because he can.
That also kind of gives a little perspective of the apologies and stuff like that, that he's not really apologetic.
Yeah. I feel like he's not sorry. On some level, I deserve it. Like, if I was a better wife to him, I just feel like he's just so disappointed. Like, I could have married this person, but you're the one. Like, okay, I'm not in that scene anymore, but he's in the shadow and he's just looking at me, judging me. That's
Just
how
like in your daily life.
Yeah, that's how he felt about me. He didn't love me. He didn't know me and he didn't know my soul or my divineness. He didn't know any of that. He didn't see it. He was incapable.
Right.
He saw me as somebody who could make him dinner or keep a house for him,
Mhm.
give him children, and give him like feed his desires.
So basically, like something that he owns or like property.
Exactly. He has no inclination that you have to reciprocate.
Right.
He just takes and takes.
Let's go ahead and move to the final day of the lifetime we are viewing to try to understand the full magnitude of how everything ended.
I feel frantic, like I need to get out of there now. Time to go now. We got to go. I'm grabbing whatever I can and shoving it in my purse. Someone's hurrying me. Come on, come on, come on.
Can you
He's
tell
in
who the
the
person is?
It's the brother.
Mhm.
He's coming. He's literally coming, like he's in the house. I'm in the room, but I'm trying to get out of it. The brothers are struggling. I can see him pulling me by my hair out of the window onto the ground. Oh, you're trying to leave me? The only place you're going is hell. And he's punching me. I am just being thrown around the room. He basically just beats me to death. He just punches me and throws me, and there's rape too. And he's even punching me because I've lost consciousness. Like it's my fault I lost consciousness.
Because he wants you to be awake and feel the beating.
Yeah, like you can't leave me. This is what happens. But it's like, well, that's what happens when I stay. Um,
Right.
he's bleeding because we hit him. I, that's what makes him so angry. There's this, no, because I see him bleeding, but it's not, I mean, he's bleeding from his brother fighting. But I also feel like when I hit him back is when he really goes to town on me because I don't try to hit him. It's a survival instinct, something inside of me. It's my dad.
Mm,
It's my dad. Boom, hitting him and like through me. And it just makes him more angry.
mm.
But I feel like there's alcohol involved. I'm trying to back it up and see how the fight started because I see him chasing us like he's coming home and because he's in the house as we're trying to leave. I think we left somewhere because the brother told me it's time. There's an urgency that because we were planning it out how I would leave and it's time is what I was told. And so I'm frantically trying to pack everything, or not pack everything, but just get what I can in my purse. And he's like, there's no time, let's go. And he's in the house at that point. I
Did
don't
he
feel like,
find out about the plan for you to leave? Is that why he's rushing home or?
yeah, he thinks I'm sleeping with his brother the whole time. In fact, if I don't give it up to him, then he thinks it's because I'm giving it to his brother. And it's really just his brother just can't see what he's doing to somebody. He's just trying to help because he always kind of had a feeling that his brother would, because he was even that way with his own mother. He was violent
Mm,
with his mother because he saw his dad doing it.
mm,
But the little brother was more like the mom. He was softer and sweet and because the husband, he lacked empathy. He didn't have it. He just doesn't have it. He was born that way and he was born that way on purpose. He has his own contracts in his own life, but Yeah, he lacks empathy completely. He said it was beaten out of him by his
By
dad.
his father. Mm.
Yeah. And so his brother kind of always knew that he was going to be a problem. Yeah, I want to say he tried to warn me about marrying him, and I laughed it off like, oh, whatever. Yeah, we fight, but he's not going to hurt me. Okay. I
Hmm.
was very naive because I had a very loving family. I didn't think it was possible for a man to be so evil to a woman.
Right.
I didn't believe it. That was the first life I really got a taste of how violent men can be.
And did you have any romantic ties to the brother, or was it purely just him helping you?
No, I wasn't attracted to him. He wasn't even attractive. No, he was scrawny and
He
he
was just
was
kind,
yeah, he was
kind.
a very kind soul. He wasn't what I was attracted to. My husband was tall, strong, handsome, but then again, a lot of the toxic ones are.
Mhm.
He was your typical toxic bachelor, he was very handsome and had a way with the ladies. He was just like his dad, his dad was the same way. I want to say I never knew his father, but being shown this, yeah, he was like his father. I'm trying to ask what happened to the girls, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't know where they are in the house when this is going on. I don't know if they heard what's going on. Okay, wait. Okay. They were in the house. They're hiding in a
Mhm.
closet, covering their ears. I see a policeman opening the door. Yeah. The older one's crying, and the little one's just sucking her thumb.
How old are they?
The little one's a baby. She's like 1 or 2 still. She's young. The other one, she's probably 6 or 7.
And does the husband have is there any justice done for him taking your life? Does he pay any kind of price for that, or is he caught?
He died. I'm trying to find out. I can't see what he does after, because I feel like he was not caught. That's why he has the karma he has so that he can pay for it without paying for it that way.
Mm.
So he chose a life to limit himself completely so that he can pay.
So, can you understand why certain things happened in that lifetime? Do you view it differently now that you're able to look back at that lifetime as far as what you were supposed to learn or the role of that lifetime?
The contrast of relationships. I was born into a beautiful family life. My family was good. My parents were in love. My parents loved me and they were good to me. I mean, yes, my mom was, like I said, she was a little self-absorbed, but she was still a good person and she
Mm-hmm.
still loved me and she loved my father and they were very devoted to each other. And I thought I found that, but I wanted to have a life where I didn't have that, where I wanted to learn what it was like to have a partner who didn't support you and a partner who didn't see you and didn't love you the way you needed, because that was an attempt to stand up for myself and find my power.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't work out. And I knew there was a chance that I would be killed in the process, but I was
Mm-hmm.
okay with that because I wanted to experience the depth of that. It was
Mm-hmm.
just for the experience. And trying to let that go has been hard. My soul keeps finding people who are like that because it's my quest to find my power, which I feel like I have. The power is the point, and I found my power this time. And I think yeah, because when I was shown these images of the things that went on in that marriage, in that life, there were moments of my life that lit up in this life. There was
Like you're
moment,
seeing similarities into this current incarnation.
yes, it's like making the same decision, choosing the same kind of person, and working through it again. I don't know, because I've
Mm-hmm.
found boyfriends who would mentally abuse me in much the same way. In fact, I
Mm-hmm.
had one who did, and it broke me. I couldn't paint, I couldn't make music, and in that life, I couldn't dance anymore. It just broke me, and I had a boyfriend do that in this life. But it's just my soul trying to work through that and gain my power back.
Mm-hmm. So Is there anything else from this lifetime that stands out to you as being important?
Those girls, I'm being shown the girls.
Your daughters,
Mm-hmm.
are they present in this incarnation?
Um, no, they're my guides. They're the two women. Oh, that's cute. I was wondering who they were.
Mhm.
That's funny because then I saw my guides. There were two women, but I didn't focus on them and I didn't know who they were, but that's who they are. They're my
Mhm.
guides right now in this life. They didn't want to incarnate for their own reasons. It has nothing to do with this story.
Mm,
But they watch over and they're helping me with my daughters because I didn't get a chance to raise them in that life, and that really pained our souls. And
mhm,
because I carry a lot of my husband's rage, it's almost like he beat it into me,
mhm.
and they're helping me to release it. That's not your anger. It's not your stuff that you're holding on to. It's somebody else's. Like you got to let it go
So
because
is that
it's
the root cause of where your anger comes from? Is that lifetime?
some of it. I have lives of war that I need to work through, but
Mm,
that's the main, yes. Like it was because I carry somebody else's generational stuff and I'm perpetuating it in my own line, and it's time to release it. It's really funny. I have two daughters again in this life, and my husband, I'm wondering why that life is so mirrored. It's so funny. But my two daughters, it's symbolic. Like I knew I was having them, and when I had them, something inside of me was set into motion, and it was time to leave my quote abusive marriage. And
mhm,
which my marriage wasn't completely abusive, it was mentally abusive, but him and I were the ones abusing each other. Like I was not the victim in this time. We were both abusing each other. But having two daughters, it was very symbolic, and it was something that sparked my soul to get out and to
mhm.
stand my ground. And because, like,
Which makes sense considering the dynamic in that past life we just watched and
mm-hmm,
how you probably gave you a chance to do what you wish you could have done,
mm-hmm,
leave and protect the children, kind of a thing.
yeah, because even when I was divorcing him, I was afraid to be alone with my kids because we were unprotected. Anybody can come and hurt us. But also, I was afraid of what he's capable of and if he would try to hurt me or the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that makes sense why I was feeling that way. Like I'm talking, it's like a visceral fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not afraid of him like that, but I was when we would fight to the point where I would let him come back just so that I didn't feel afraid being alone again.
Right.